The tail end of our national anthem. We are set to go here at Madison Square Garden, the Flyers and Rangers. The Flyers beating the Rangers last week in Philadelphia, ending an 8-game losing streak against the Broadway Blue Shirts. Now, Bill, they try to start a winning streak, make it 2 in a row.
All right, the idea will be to generate some offense while trying to neutralize the New York Rangers' big line. There's a huge drop-off after the scoring from the big New York line. And our starting Kia goaltenders in this one, Ilya Bryzgalov for the Flyers, Henrik Lundqvist for the Rangers. Identical records, both 2 and 3. Ilya Bryzgalov had Sunday night off in Tampa. See the save percentage? It's unusual to see Lundqvist under 900.
Riz is in deep thought again. He has really been a serious guy here in the early season. Occasionally will crack a joke here and there, but very serious and focused. Lundqvist always seems calm, cool, and collected. So ready to go here. Claude Giroux against Brad Richards. The opening faceoff. See if the Flyers make an immediate change or not. They win the draw. The pass ahead is to Giroux, who got tied up as he tried to get into the zone. No call there, and we're underway as the Flyers in the road. Whites have the puck. Shot by Tibet, deflected, it went wide. Home Blues, of course, for the New York Rangers. And the starting lineups being displayed at the top of the screen. Brought to you by Sport Chapper. Yap about the game on Sport Chapper, free on all iPhones, iPads, and Androids. Flyers spending this first shift in the offensive zone.
And no change either. I mean, Peter Laviolette saying, I'm going to leave my top line out there against your top line.
Quick shot there, goes wide by Giroux. Reed backs the puck down, and he'll stuff it back behind the net. The Flyers will change now as that shift lasted about 40 seconds for the top line. Both teams making changes. And the Flyers now go into their forecheck. Braden Shen out with Eddie Briere and Mike Knuble. Back to get the puck is Nick Grossman. Grossman left it behind the net, and it's picked off by the Rangers. Derek Stepan back to Ryan McDonough. Sending it wide of the cage. Reaching back to get his stick on that is Braden Coburn. And the Rangers able to get it back, though. Back to McDonough at the point. McDonough will flip one. That's batted down by Shen. Bounces to Briere, and he'll wind it up the wall, hoping for Knuble. Knuble could not get there, though. McDonough's shot flutters toward the slot. A backhander by Hagelin, and right there was Bryzgalov to meet him. As the Flyers get the puck, a turnover there led to a scoring chance, and the Flyers again fail to clear. Here's Grossman trying one more time. He got it ahead to Knuble. And Knuble spent some time as a Ranger. Will flutter it out through center.
Unbelievable. The first shift, all in the Rangers zone. They change lines, and the Rangers spend the entire shift in the Flyers zone.
This might be the Eagles and the Giants.
I'm telling you.
Now behind the net, here's Brian Boyle. Getting to the puck for New York. Boyle wrestling with Couturier. A big hit on Voracek. Puck back to the point. Delzato shot. He scores! Michael Delzato just firing from the point. I don't know if it changed direction, but the Rangers have the early lead just a minute and 57 seconds in.
And this looked like it had a chance at changing directions, but the Rangers winning a couple of battles down low and then getting the puck up top. Yeah, Ilya Bryzgalov looked like he flinched on this one. Let's take a look at it from here.
Boy, that's hard to say, isn't it, Billy? But the bottom line, it went through a maze of players all through the legs, and he just didn't pick up on it till the last second. It was right between his right pad and the post.
I think Brian Boyle deflected it, Coach.
He did? Okay.
I think so.
Luke Schenna's shot, and the save made by Lundqvist at the other end. So the Rangers at the early lead. The Flyers who jumped to the lead in Philadelphia. And they never did give that lead up. See if the Flyers can get back at the Rangers, but they turn it over again. Several of those in the early going. Anton Stroman's shot is blocked as Zach Ronaldo for his first shift knocked Stroman to the ice. Darren Asham did not play in Philadelphia due to injury. To the puck for New York. The Flyers clear center ice. Gathers there. They are giving the goal to Delzato, so apparently no deflection. And the Rangers get a goal from a defenseman to take the lead. There's Braden Coburn sending it off the boards and all the way down. This will be icing on Philadelphia.
So some good work by the New York Rangers, giving them a 1-0 lead. Oh, he didn't touch it a bit, did he? No deflection. I thought Boyle had gotten it, and that was, what, in that 4-inch opening between the end of Bryzgalov's pad and the post.
Plus along the ice. It makes it so tough with all that screening going on, Billy.
Not sure Briz saw that until it was just about to go by him.
Ben Ferrio gets the only assist on Del Zotto's goal. Ferrio picked up in a trade with the Penguins, playing in his second game as a Ranger, and played very well in the first game, earning himself some more ice time, and now he's got himself an assist, his first point as a Ranger. Face off here to the left. Oh, Brizgalov, and the Flyers get it. It's Coburn sending it up the wall over the stick of Talbot and all the way down. They're going to call this icing as well, as Del Zotto touches up.
So Peter Laviolette gave his guys a complete day off yesterday. Didn't want anybody near the rink skating, so he said rest up after playing Saturday night in Florida and Sunday night in Tampa.
Here are your virtuous scratches from the lineup. Same lineup for the most part. Time again is out for the Flyers. Don Sestito is in, and Andreas Lilja in for Philadelphia, with Curtis Foster taking a seat. The Rangers without Kreider, their rookie, who's been struggling. He has an ankle injury. Flyers get to the puck here. It's Couturier toward the net, but it's cut off and cleared by New York. Grossman will give to Coburn, and the Flyers look to organize the rush. 3.5 in. Shots 2-0 in favor of the Rangers. Goals 1-0 in favor of the guys in blue. Eric Stepan will find the captain of the Rangers, Ryan Callahan, who sidesteps a check and drops it back. And the Flyers will drop back and change lines right here as Mark Stahl waits patiently in his own zone. There's a good look at Mark Stahl. Move it up the boards all the way down. This will be icing on the Rangers. Timonen for the whistle.
Let's take a look at our Verizon Wireless keys of the game. I didn't say good start. I said get the puck deep on the defense, because I think this New York Rangers team can be had below the circles. Duplicate that work ethic that gave the Flyers the win last week over the Rangers, and Ilya Brizgalov has to continue to play the way he's been playing.
After the face-off, Flyers get to the puck as their top line is out. Reed and Simmons. Reed upended along the boards, and Carl Hagelin will get the puck. They'll move it into the Philadelphia zone. Brizgalov guides it to the corner. Timonen fans on his clear. Another turnover by the Flyers. Quick shot blocked. Stepan could not get that one past Luke Schenn, but the Flyers guilty of several turnovers in their own zone.
Well, the Rangers are pushing them too down below the goal line. The Flyers have to be quicker and have to be more decisive when they have a chance with the puck.
McDonough will twirl it deep into the Philadelphia zone. There's Callahan. A quick shot blocked off by Lilja. Behind the net, Hagelin. A long time between goals for Hagelin. Rangers really looking for some scoring depth beyond their number one line. They're hoping that he can supply some of that. This is another icing as the Rangers go back for the touch-up.
You know, Jimmy, there isn't anything better than a New York Rangers Philadelphia Flyers game. I mean, this rivalry is so intense. You can just feel it down here between these two teams. They never stop chirping at each other, and every player on either bench likes to play each other. The Flyers, obviously, in talking to them, they love coming into this building and playing the New York Rangers.
Well, except for one thing, the Flyers might want to deactivate the chirp buttons, because they kind of got them into trouble a bit in Tampa Bay.
They've had some issues with those unsportsmanlike conduct penalties, as the league, it seems to be, whether it's by mandate or not, seems to be calling those very tightly this year. Anytime you talk to a referee, you're running the risk of ending up in the box if you say the wrong thing. Battle in the Philadelphia zone. Wayne Simmons trying to chop it out, could not, but now Luke Schenn has control. And Schenn will move up, and from the red line just send it deep. Flyers will change. Girardi back, it hops over his stick. Mike Knuble stuffs it deeper into the Rangers zone, plows after it behind the net. Danny Briere trying to fish it free. Knuble wrapped up there with Boyle, and Boyle able to tip the puck to Girardi, and ahead now to Rick Nash. Nash through center ice. Coburn able to tip it away from him. Tuber's out, but he gives it right back to Nash, who then gave it back to Coburn. And the Flyers will clear as Knuble sends it rink wide. Briere jumps in the puck, and he'll tuck it deep into the Rangers zone. Coburn in after it. Defenseman going in on the forecheck. Now 4 players bunched up. Coburn comes away with it. Turns it back around behind the net, all the way back out to Knuble. Rotated back, his shot blocked. And a race for the puck. Knuble able to keep it in, but then it's poke checked away from him to Richards. Brad Richards in across the Philadelphia line. Richards with the shot well high and wide. Ray Gaborik to the carom, back behind the net. Bounces off of Knuble, and then Braden Schenn, and Nash has it. Nash centering. It hits Schenn, and Braden Schenn able to come away with it. He'll outlet Danny Briere. And Briere will blast in. That's batted away by Lundqvist. Now Sestito trying to get in the forecheck. Puck goes out to center and is backhanded in by Aaron Asham. Teaming it. Trying to keep the Rangers away from the puck, but the Rangers really hungry on the forecheck here early. Good hit there by Ronaldo, knocks the Ranger down. That was rough. He got up from the corner though to find the puck. It is skates, couldn't do much with it. Luke Schenn gathers for Philadelphia. 7 minutes in. Many whistles here in this one.
No, and the Flyers haven't had any sustained attack in the Rangers zone since the first shift of the game. I mean, that's been it.
They had 3 or 4 icings. That's about it. The goal and not many other whistles as the Flyers get that puck to the Ranger line. McDonough across. Actually, Madison Square Garden relatively quiet right now. That's not usually the case, especially with the home team up. Right in front of Coetzee, they battle for the puck. Coetzee did not help, but the Flyers did come away with the loose puck, and it's Bruno Gervais moving in, but he's wrestled off the puck, and it's cleared down the ice. Lilia goes back to get to it.
I was going to push Sestito back a little bit, help him, but he didn't need the help.
Lilia overskated, shot, step on, save made by Brizgalov with Callahan right in his lap. It's Reed the other way, and he'll send it into the Rangers zone. Flyers unable to sustain the forecheck though, as Hagelin will move it to Callahan. Callahan in across the Philadelphia line, moves to the middle, lost control as Grossman played him perfectly. Back out it goes. Hagelin to the point. There's the shot by Stahl. Save Brizgalov, and he will cover up. Rangers with the early edge here in New York.
Rangers lead the Philadelphia Flyers by a score of 1-0 as we look at defenseman Nick Grossman, who had a heck of a game against the Rangers in their 2-1 win last week. How did it start? Well, you got to use the body. Watch him drill. Marion Gabbert came all the way from his left point position to nail him. Then did a great job of blocking shots on the penalty kill especially. And then how about this? A little wrist shot from the point. Wayne Simmons with the goal. The Flyers go on to win 2-1. And he was actually our player of the game that night, guys.
He's going to have to be good defensively here as well. And trailing 1-0, Flyers have to stick to the game plan, and that is be very good defensively. They've got to make sure they win one-on-one battles for pucks, though, especially deep in their zone. Time to score 10 goals left in this hockey game, so don't change the plan of being good defensively.
Rick Nash's shot off the draw was blocked by Nick Grossman. He's gimpy, going to the bench on one leg, in fact. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. Hope we didn't jinx him. Puck goes out through center ice.
He's a horse. He'll be all right.
Coburn across for Schenn. Luke will play it right back to his defense partner on this shift, Coburn, but he's checked by Gaborik. The Flyers able to get it back, and here's Voracek to center. From the red line, pumps it into the Rangers zone. Couturier all tied up with Nash. And Nash able to win that battle. The Rangers are winning a lot of the battles. They'll move it ahead. Get the puck in across the line. Richard Fidel's on over the deflection, and the save made by Brizgalov as he's able to pin it.
Wow, good save by Brizgalov. And if you've missed the Flyers, the wait is over. They return home to the Wells Fargo Center this Saturday, 7 p.m. to take on the Stahl brothers and the Carolina Hurricanes. For tickets to this great matchup, as a matter of fact, all Flyers games, call 215-218-PUCK or visit PhiladelphiaFlyers.com. There's Nick Grossman still shaking off that stinger from the block shot. Looks like he's okay.
He's been through that experience before. There is Girardi with a shot, saved by Brizgalov. That may have changed direction on the way in, but Briz got it. Now Briere the other way. He's getting some help. Here's Briere, holds his shot. Was blocked by Girardi. It dribbled into Lundqvist, who was able to smother it.
The Rangers are a pretty good team at trying to get sticks on pucks and avoiding shots getting through to Henrik Lundqvist. The Flyers haven't really had a scoring chance yet on Lundqvist.
Well, right there.
Good save, though, Coetzee, by Brizgalov.
Real good one. I'm sorry, Billy, but what happened there is that puck, and you know better than anybody that puck along the ice is so much easier to be able to get a piece of and redirect. And that was a heck of a play by Girardi.
He played Briere pretty well. You knew that Danny was trying to get the puck through to Braden Schenn.
Rangers try to clear off the draw. Luke Schenn is there, but his attempt to get it toward the net is deflected out of play. Almost halfway through this first period. Luke Schenn getting rave reviews from the coaching staff thus far, and his all-around play, not just what they knew they were getting in terms of the physical nature and the shot blocking ability, but his puck movement as well.
Sure. Took him a couple of games really to get his comfort level where he wanted it, and you can tell he feels really comfortable. He's at his physical best. He's a top hitter in the NHL, but I've been impressed too with his puck handling and his puck moving.
Well, it's nice to play with. You're only as good as people that you play with. It's nice to play with a team that's got some quality players as compared to playing in Toronto, where they had a pretty rough group up there.
Flyers win the drawers. Teaming in a shot. Briere got one way, getting a second one, and Lundqvist somehow says no. Oh, great bid by the Flyers there, and Briere, really, of all the Flyers, that's the guy you want right there in the doorstep, but he couldn't finish it.
There's the chance. And it looked like he might have had a couple of opportunities at it. Lundqvist ended up out of the net, or at least in a less than perfect position. And Briere got the first deflection. See where Lundqvist was? He was marooned over on the far side of the net. Oh, wow. Oh, who's that play? Boyle? Oh, Boyle made a good play on Briere's stick.
Boy, that's a great play by a centerman to come back and help. You see there was 4 Rangers there, Boyle being one of them, as Lundqvist actually slid way too far to the left.
And he got 2 bids, and his third basically was trying to bank it in. So really, he got 3 cracks at it. 2 from the quality location. Lundqvist made 2 great saves and then got help from Boyle. There's a shot. Brizgalov the save off of Ferriero, but that got between his legs and then went wide. Ben Ferriero again making his presence felt. Now Gervais to Reed for a shot that's muted, went wide. Gervais the other side could not chop it home as he was covered. Brian Boyle got it to center, batted in the air by Lilly, and it goes out of play.
Yeah, Danny Briere can out-quick you in front, but he's not going to out-muscle you. He's still just a little guy by NHL standards, but his hands are so quick. That tells you what a good play it was by Boyle. And Ilya Brizgalov has had to be probably better than Peter Laviolette would like him to be early in this game. That one got through him, but he made the save anyway.
No style points needed.
No, he hit him a little bit precariously, but save.
And now the Flyers will go back in their zone. It's Grossman, who's obviously okay, got the puck to Coburn, but he is checked quickly again. The Rangers trying to cause some trouble with their forecheck, but the Flyers maneuvered ahead. Rangers getting it back at their line, but the play is offside. We'll step aside. 9:46 to play in period number 1.
Welcome back to Madison Square Garden, where the Flyers trail the New York Rangers 1-0. Let's take a look at the head coach of the New York Rangers, John Tortorella, who has won an Adams Trophy. He's the best coach in the National Hockey League while guiding Tampa Bay to a Stanley Cup. The winningest coach among Americans in the National Hockey League, ahead of our own Peter Laviolette. And I'll tell you what, this is a more, let's say, calm John Tortorella than we did see in prior years, especially with Tampa. Very passionate man,
Really?
but he's calmed it down a little bit.
Really?
Oh, wait a minute. Stay tuned.
Yeah,
No,
stay
he told
tuned.
me.
Team's up 1-0.
He told me himself.
Oh, he told
yeah.
you, yes.
Well, he still calls out his guys, because after the
Wow.
game in Philly last week, he said that top line of Richards, Gaborik, and Nash were absolute no-shows.
Yeah, but he was calm when he said it.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
And about Brian Boyle, he said he was better, but that doesn't mean he's good yet. So, yeah, he is a guy, as that play is called on the icing. He will just go right after his players. And, hey, he's won a cup and he's had contending teams, so it's working for him. 24/7 Flyers insider Tim Panaccio keeps you up to date on the Flyers at home and on the road. Experience counts on csnphilly.com.
Just trying to think back today to what John Tortorella looked like. I mean, how much, well, of course, he was a kid when he was John Muckler's assistant behind the Buffalo Sabres bench.
I actually did the game when John Tortorella was the head coach of the Virginia Lancers of the Atlantic Coast Hockey League when he won his first pro championship back in the late 1980s.
What were you, 10 years old?
Here's Gaborik with a shot, something like that. Brizgalov the save, and he'll hang on. Here is our Jeep trivia question for tonight. Who was the last Flyers goaltender to shut out these Rangers? Ash, Layton, or Emery? We'll give you the answer later on in the show.
No clue.
Brizgalov cannot get a shutout here tonight, as the Rangers have scored early, but he has played well.
At least he knows that Danny Briere is knocking on the door.
4 shots for the Flyers, all off the stick of one Danny Briere. Ryan McDonough to Rick Nash, tried to center it, went off the stick. Couturier sweeps at it and could not clear the zone. Nash comes up with it. And he was unable to move the puck past Kimmo Timonen, who gets to Luke Schenn. Schenn in the middle, Couturier. Couturier sidesteps a check and then moves the puck to Voracek, who will dump into the Rangers zone. Max Talbot will chase with Anton Strawman, and Talbot comes away with the puck. Bunts it toward Voracek. Voracek has to try to track it down in the corner. He is given a ride there, though, and has to get some help from Couturier. And now they scrum for it along the wall. The puck bouncing free. Rangers have it. Gabrick was checked, and the puck does finally go off Talbot's glove to center ice. We tick down toward 8.5 minutes remaining in this first period. Glad you could join us here on Comcast Sportsnet from the transforming Madison Square Garden. Not renovating, transforming. They're bit by bit changing it over the last 2 years and then one more year, and it is looking beautiful, if I might say so myself.
I totally agree with you. It's a great atmosphere, and it's just absolutely theatrical in here, isn't it?
Yeah, the lighting has been improved. It's now basically one bowl. You're looking at the bowl. There used to be sort of basically staggered bowls, but now it's one full bowl low, then the suites, then the bowl up high. They still have blue seats way up behind one of the goal nets, and it's the atmosphere was always great, but now this looks even more like a modern arena. Locker rooms have been redone.
We should explain to everybody we're actually up on the 5th floor.
You are. We're on the 8th floor.
You're on the 8th floor.
Grossman moves the puck.
How you doing up there?
It's great. We have a great location here.
A nosebleed, but
we're right in with the fans. This is where Bill likes to be. The Minions.
As long as they're friendly.
So far they are. The Rangers are ahead.
Cash. You told me cash.
That's right. Cash talks.
Eric Stepan moves up with the puck. It tips into the Philadelphia zone. Typical Ranger fan. Before the game, I said I apologize for Bill and I. Our heads might be in your way. We're sort of right in front of some fans. He says that's all right. If they get in the way, we'll knock them off.
JJ said, for some reason, I think you're serious.
He wasn't smiling. I think we're safe. We've got bodyguards up here. Flyers get the puck to center. It's sent right back in by McDonough. But not a lot happening in terms of scoring chances here over the last couple of minutes. Giroux drops back to Timonen, and now Claude again, and they play catch. Timonen will scoop one deep to Rangers ice. Giroux chases with McDonough. Tipped it free, but Rangers got back really well to support the defense. 4 players were deep, and they moved the puck out of the zone.
Boy, there's no question about how the Rangers want to get the puck out of the zone. If they're deep in their corners, if they don't have a play, they'll just dump it out. I mean, that's part of their MO.
And to keep it simple, McDonough chased by Simmons, who takes the puck away. Simmons to Reed. Reed back to the point. Luke Schenn all the way across. That's Lilia. He'll wind up and blast. That's blocked out high by Furio. And now Ben Furio had a chance for the puck. Couldn't come up with it, but Lilia let it slip out to center. So as he played it back in, offside the call. So we used to be way up top here, Madison Square Garden. This year and this year only, we are at the facade of the second deck. There we are. And it is a great vantage point.
It's fantastic.
As long as we don't have our heads knocked off by that guy right behind me there. It's a great location.
We love you, man.
So obviously you promised the guy you'd get on camera.
Tonight we love you.
Billy,
tomorrow
we
hate
handle
you.
him. Come on.
Yeah, right. No, I tell you what, right now, this is the best broadcast position in the NHL because you're so close to the ice. It's only going to last a year. They're building a catwalk
We
upstairs.
get 2 broadcasts here, maybe the playoffs, but 2 regular season broadcasts. We'll be in the catwalk next year, but I understand it's going to be out away from the wall and be a beautiful spot as well. So the transforming, they tell you not to say it's a renovation. It's a transformation, and it's in progress, and they're doing a great job.
While we were showing that, Mr. Ronaldo, who's back in the lineup after having his leg cut, well, he went after Stahl a little bit, and Stahl was having a conversation with Ronaldo. Mike Rupp came over and kind of took over that conversation for the New York Rangers. So that might be something to keep an eye on. Ronaldo and Rupp would be a band.
Yeah, but what John Tortorella has done here is gotten his top line out against the Flyers' 4th line with that change moments ago, and a hand pass called here that the Flyers don't mind at all, because they can make their change back now.
No, without a doubt, Peter Laviolette will change up. Zach Ronaldo coming back from a 20-stitch cut just below or just above his knee, came very close to a tendon. There he is. He's got the chirp going again.
Close your mic, Coatsy.
Zach Ronaldo told me something the other day I didn't believe. And I said, you're kidding. He said, no, I'm serious. Those stitches that he took in his leg, the first stitches he's ever received in any part of his body.
Isn't that amazing?
In the sport of hockey.
Yeah.
And he's fought everybody. 6'6" guys, 6'7" guys. He's only 5'10". He's never been cut in the face in a hockey game.
Should have been a boxer.
Wow.
See, you've been cut in the face more in a hockey game as a broadcaster, Coatsy, than Zach Rinaldo has. Right here, in fact. You were hitting the ribs, but you've been cut by a high stick over there. That is amazing, a guy as involved as he is. Peter Laviolette, I don't think is happy with the way the changes are being executed during the stoppages. Just a guess as to what he was upset about there, as you had a brief look at him complaining with the officials. Here is Grossman with a shot, and that one knocked away in front. Back it goes to Coburn, across for Grossman. Grossman floating that one wide. Looking for redirection, but it didn't come. Talbot back, and across it goes. That shot, Grossman save made by Lundqvist. The rebound, batted toward the net and fought off by Lundqvist as Talbot went after it. Now it's Coburn one-handing it, and Delzato cut it off as it was on its way to Talbot, and the Rangers take over.
But good job by the Flyers. More sustained attack. I mean, the bite is starting to surface in their game, and it's coming alive in the offensive zone.
Sestito deep in his own zone. Took a hit as he rolled the puck out to center. Now Zach Rinaldo's out there making a beeline for the Ranger. Didn't get him though. Ran into the Rangers bench. Then had his helmet knocked off. So Zach playing without a helmet right now as Sestito to the puck across ice to Timonen. Timonen just going to bank it off the boards out through center. There's Rinaldo. It's on his lid.
Good way to get stitches.
Yeah. There's Pyatt bouncing one in on Brizgalov, and Briz decides to cover up. Less than 5 minutes remaining, and look out. Bowling pin action here as a Ranger went down.
Zach Rinaldo's going to get a penalty here.
Yeah, Dan O'Rourke's going to make the call here.
And this is the kind of penalty that the Flyers cannot take. So Zach goes to the box, back with the Rangers power play.
And Zach Rinaldo is going to set the first guy to make it to the penalty box in this hockey game. Talked about his size. He's only 5'10". Likes to throw his weight around. He came back on this play after losing his helmet and banged into Brian Boyle. Boyle 6'7", 245. But that's how you're supposed to, I guess, hold up in today's NHL. Zach Rinaldo, and Peter Laviolette told us this before the game, doesn't want his guys even running the risk of taking a penalty unless they have to. And that's one of those times where he'd look at it and say, don't even bump into him. Because at 245, 6'7", he looked like he was a feather.
It's the 42nd minor of the season against the Flyers. They lead the NHL by a healthy margin over the second-rate Colorado Avalanche. So the power play on for the Rangers. Across it goes. Nash pass is deflected back into the corner. The Rangers power play has struggled this season. They worked on it in their practice yesterday, spent 20 to 25 minutes on it. Teams haven't had a lot of time to work on their special teams. That puck went out, did not go back in, so play continues. No offside. Delzato to Brad Richards. And the Rangers looking to penetrate the Philadelphia zone, and they're very patient about it here. Girardi will wind it in. Behind the net, it's Callahan getting it back toward the point. Girardi now for Richards. Back to Girardi and across for Delzato. Delzato will blast. That's blocked by Timonen, and he felt that one. And able to clear was Couturier, although barely.
So far, so good for the Flyers. They're keeping everything to the outside, nothing through their penalty-killing box of 4 guys in the middle.
Plus, they're not allowing any motion. The Rangers really having a tough time just getting through the neutral zone.
And a good play by Kimmo Timonen there to break up a pass at the line. Now Luke Schenn will get a hold of the puck and send it all the way down. 38 seconds remaining on the power play, and so far no scoring chances for the Rangers. Gabrick with a feed. Stepan will backhand it deep. Talbot is pinched along the wall. Coburn barrels into a Ranger. The puck free out to McDonough. McDonough finds Gabrick. Right back to McDonough. And across it goes. Now McDonough again. Off for Gabrick for the shot. Calmly. It's Brizgalov using the blocker to knock it away. Now McDonough floating one. That's blocked by Coburn. Bounces to Pyatt. He's checked by Grossman. Couldn't get the shot through. Final seconds of the power play. Stepan has the puck. Centered. It's off a stick. Grossman getting his stick in there again. Strawman along the boards. Grossman will step into a Ranger again. It's Pyatt. But Pyatt was able to get it back. McDonough shot deflected and then hit the post. Another change of direction. And another turnover as Coburn led it right to a Ranger, but the Flyers get it back, and now it's Rinaldo out of the box. Got to the red line, gets high stick, penalty. That'll be McDonough getting the gate this time as he got the stick up on Rinaldo, and the Flyers will get a power play. They're actually going to call it elbowing. And so the Flyers with their first man advantage coming up.
Boy, this was almost a reaction that said, boy, I don't want to get hit by Zach Rinaldo, so I'm going to get to him before he gets to me. Good job by Rinaldo. He's evened it up now after taking that first penalty of the game.
Yeah, he's 1-on-1. He did a great job of making sure he had the lumber down. I'm sorry, not allowed to say lumber anymore. We don't have wood.
Well, you can say it, but it's not lumber. So Craig Berube having a chat with Zach Rinaldo after an eventful couple of minutes for him, through which he spent in the box, but before and after his time in the box, he was involved heavily.
If anybody can relate to being Zach Ronaldo, it's Craig Berube. Same kind of player.
That's what he was saying to me. He says, I'm 7th in the National Hockey League in penalties. But that was before. We don't want any more.
So the Flyers power play. Giroux for Briere. He overskates. Simmons keeps the puck alive to the corner. Giroux surrounded, but got it back to Timonen. Across it comes Voracek. He'll take the shot into heavy traffic, and it was kicked out of there. Timonen banking it to Giroux. Cross ice pass is tipped and goes out to center ice.
It's a good decision by Voracek to shoot. There's no seam play. The Rangers are pretty good at taking those away.
Timonen in some difficulty. The puck is poked past him. A race for the puck. Timonen able to dive and sweep it away from Hagelin. Hagelin has it back centered, and it was jabbed wide in front. Jeff Halpern with that bid. Timonen made one great play, but then the Flyers were unable to pick up the trailer, and Halpern got a scoring chance out of it. Now Simmons to the Ranger line. He is stopped there, and it's Halpern off glass, and then got some help from Hagelin in getting it out to center ice. 48 seconds remaining in the power play. The Flyers, power play that is 4 for 31 on the year. Knuble twirls it deep. Braden Shen knocked down, and the puck out to center ice. Played there by Gervais. Bruno takes it back. Curtis Foster not in the lineup. Bruno Gervais getting some power play time here. Moves the puck to Reed. Reed gains the line, fans on a pass, then stuffs the puck deeper. Knuble to it. Tried to get it to Couturier, never got there, and it's banked hard off the glass and all the way down by Delzato. And that will leave time to just begin one more rush in the power play for the Flyers. Just 40 seconds remaining in the period. Gervais on the left wing. Braden Shen backhands in and goes and gets it himself. Takes a hit. Puck bouncing off of skates and sticks, and jumping out is McDonough, who's out of the box. And now it's McDonough getting to the puck. 20 seconds remaining. McDonough's pass to Gabrick, and he had a step but couldn't come up with it cleanly, and then he's punished by Shen in the corner. Grossman ahead. 12 seconds in the period. Benetenko sides up to check. Centers it in front, but Sestito unable to get his stick on it. 6 seconds in the period. Benetenko to the point. Grossman. Nice little pass to Shen, who winds and fires! And it was Lundqvist getting a piece to knock it aside, and that is the end of period number 1. Rangers get an early goal, but the Flyers get some pressure later on in the period.
Good pressure. Well done by this Flyers line, and as time was expiring, this shot, Lundqvist got a chunk of that. I think it was labeled for the top corner.
And it had a lot of heat on it. Oh. So it remains 1-0 Rangers. Let's head downstairs to Steve Coates. He's with a guy who certainly was involved in period number 1.
Well, certainly he was, and I think the reason is when you sit out 4 games, I guess you're waiting to get a lot of effort back into it very quickly.
Yeah, I just have to, I missed a couple games, and it sucks that I did, but now I'm back in, and I just got to relax. I'm a little too wound up right now. I just got to relax and let the game come to me.
How tough is it? I mean, obviously the game has changed a lot. The rules are being called a lot tighter. How tough is it for the type of player you are to be able to do exactly what you just said?
But that's what comes to being professional. You have to learn to adapt to different situations that they put you in, and I'm all for it. I'll try my best to adapt and hopefully become a better hockey player because of it.
Well, obviously it worked. One that you got caught on, but one you took and got them one.
Yeah, that's part of my game. Well, not the penalties at least, but making them take penalties on me is definitely part of my game, so I'll keep it going.
Zach, thanks very much.
Problem.
Jimmy, back to you, my friend.
All right, Coatsy. Tonight's Flyers-Rangers first period was brought to you by McDonald's. Now at McDonald's, any size premium roast coffee is just $1. McDonald's, I'm loving it. 1-0 Rangers lead. There's your only goal scorer, Michael Delzato, as Ben Ferrio assisted in his tally, just 157 in.
And our game-changing stat, presented by Independence Blue Cross. Face-offs, it was all New York Rangers in that first period. 16-6. Flyers did win a couple in the Rangers zone, though, and generated scoring chances. So sometimes it's not just sheer numbers, it's where and when you win them.
On Twitter, we said Philly.com Flyer insider Tim Panaccio pointing out the face-off difference in that first period. Great way to add to your enjoyment of following a game. Follow on Twitter for all the comments. people here at the game. As we're underway here in the second period, Braden Coburn. Claude Giroux and back to Coburn. Let's throw it across. Flyers have it again. Very quiet here as the second period starts. That puck goes all the way down. Flyers misfiring on the pass, and it's icing as a result.
Miscommunicating a bit too. Braden Coburn was trying for Wayne Simmons on that quick up stretch play, and Wayne Simmons didn't seem to be ready for it.
There they are, the two winningest American coaches in NHL history. Tortorella, slight lead on Peter Laviolette. He's coached more games. They've had many battles behind different teams' benches through the years. And speaking of battles, down for the puck in the Philadelphia zone. Derek Stepan after it for the Rangers. Ryan Callahan got it, but he was tripped up, and Flyers pop it up in the air. Coburn trying to clear and did not. It's kept in, and here's Callahan with a pass for Stepan. Turnaround shot! And Brizgalov holds his ground and makes the save. Big save early in the second.
Coates mentions this often, and it's true. It's hard to pick up a puck coming off the backhand side of a stick because you never know when the shot is actually going to be released from the blade. Brizgalov was there and ready for it with his left pad. It's also hard to get the puck airborne in a play like this if you're the shooter.
That's the Brizgalov we've seen this season, where he doesn't overplay it. He stayed right with it, got that body up in the air, and did a great job of getting into the butterfly.
And he gets into the butterfly and makes another save right off that draw as he accepts the shot from Dan Girardi. Flyers and Rangers here at Madison Square Garden. Beautiful HD telecast brought to you by H.H. Gregg. Larger selection, lower prices, smarter associates. H.H. Gregg, we help. A great crew. Coming your way from the Big Apple. Flyers trying to make it 2 wins in a row over the Rangers after having lost 8 in succession. Trail 1-0. There's Ferrio after the puck for New York. He's sealed off by Timonen. Knubel has Pyatt on his back as he tries to find somewhere to go with that puck. He just protected it and got some help, and now here's Timonen. Back around, and again the Rangers trying to attack with the forecheck. And that pass dumped all the way across. Will not be icing. Lundqvist will keep it away from Briere. Girardi barreled into by Braden Shen. Ferrio though, a nice outlet for Boyle. Big Brian Boyle moving through center. Drop pass, McDonough shot. And that one a little wide, now back out the other way. Flyers with a 2-on-2, but it's slow and developing. Shen hipped off by Girardi. Briere follows up. Briere with the puck, but being harassed. Got it toward the corner. Voracek couldn't come up with it. Briere back after it. Harassed by Stralman. He'll reverse the puck. Out it goes to Lilia. Lilia across ice. There's Gervais a shot. And that one snared by Lundqvist, who will hang on. All right. Get ready now. Flyers are teamed up with StubHub. StubHub, very good. The world's largest fan-to-fan ticket marketplace. Visit PhiladelphiaFlyers.com/StubHub for a safe, convenient place to buy and sell your Flyers tickets. It only took us, what, 5 or 6 games to get it down?
I am trainable. Takes a while, but
it's a rhythm.
Yeah, we didn't have any preseason games, see? Face off here to the left of Lundqvist. And the Rangers able to gain control as they continue to have their way in the face-off circle. Rupp to Asham. Asham will pitch it deep to Philadelphia ice. They'll chase. Courier got there too, and the Flyers have the puck. Bruce Grossman looking for an outlet. He finds Talbot. Max Talbot will just get it as far as center. The Rangers have it back. Delzato across. Mark Stahl with a pass that's tipped by Couturier. Gotten back by Philadelphia. And now Sestito gets to Talbot. Sestito into the corner. Take it in by Stahl. Talbot trying to help Sestito out as they battle for the loose puck. Betanko to it. He is mashed on a hit by Halpern, and the puck to Sestito, whose pass tipped and then controlled by Gervais. Back to Sestito. Backhands along the wall, but there's Stahl. He's bumped Betanko to the puck. Betanko trying to center. Sestito knocks it down, has it, centers. It bounces back through the blue paint all the way to Lilia. Reyes Lilia across. Gervais has it. A wrister. That's knocked down by Rupp. Again, though, Flyers showing the forechecking hunger here, and they get to it. Here's Sestito. Back to the point, Lilia. And his pass for Gervais was off the mark, and that's how the pressure ends up being relieved. Flyers right back in, diving, trying to get onside was Talbot, but he didn't quite get there.
Well, let's take a look at our Geico quote of the night. This comes from the coach about his hockey club right now. We need to be more disciplined. Certainly the ones we can control, we need to do a better job. You need to harp on it, look at it, and eventually react to it. We need to get guys playing the correct way. That's from Peter Laviolette on our Geico quote of tonight.
Talking about taking penalties, and the big message is don't even put yourself at risk of taking a penalty unless you have to, unless it's going to be a good one.
Now the Rangers with Nash steamrolling up. Nash trying to get around Schenn. Nash then behind the back pass in the middle. Intercepted, knocked away from Gabrick, but back out McDonough. Shot! That one finds glass through heavy traffic. Flyers trying now the counter rush. Here's Simmons charging up the middle. Simmons grabbed a little bit by McDonough, but they allow that one. Now Simmons centers, and it's gobbled up by Gabrick, who is back checking, and the puck to center. Timonen off the mark with that pass, and Gabrick gets ahead to Richards. Right back to Gabrick. Again trying to spin it in front. Coburn's there, but he doesn't clear. Stahl kept it in. Coburn another try at his own man, and finally Simmons whipping that puck across ice to Reed. Reed had it tipped. It went to Timonen. Cross ice. Coburn with a pass that's knocked away. Giroux has it. In the corner, Reed could not reach it. Now it's Callahan coming together with Grossman. Grossman got it in the corner for Reed, who centered. Loose puck, backhander. Save Lundqvist as he stopped Knuble. The rebound out to Callahan. He sends Stepan the other way, and Stepan from the red line will wind it in. Bounces all the way out to Callahan. Takes the hit from Grossman again as he kicked the puck deep. Grossman again hitting a Ranger. He's been a mountain again in this game. Something about that Ranger jersey. He doesn't like those jerseys, does he?
So on top of his game. Moving the puck well as well. Moving to coverage smartly, quickly, and then using that big Clydesdale body to finish people.
We approach the 5-minute mark of this second period. Still 1-0. And the Flyers turn it over in the neutral zone. Look out. Callahan moving in the shot. Save Brizgalov with the pad. Rangers to the rebound. Hagelin to Girardi. Girardi all the way across. That goes off a stick. Voracek knocks Callahan down. Couturier in the corner. And the Rangers get the puck free. It's Boyle. Back to the point. Girardi, a shot goes wide. Callahan could not get that to redirect. A chance to move up for the Flyers. Voracek didn't seem to realize it at first, and now they'll just flip it in off of Ronaldo. Ronaldo after Girardi. Ronaldo got the puck to Voracek. Centered it in front. It bounces all the way out. Gervais shot wide. And now the puck all the way out to Taylor Pyatt. Big winger will put it diagonally through center ice. Flyers will dump it right back in. Lundqvist, the glass. Knuble knocks it down. It bounces to Ronaldo. And then it's Girardi. Solid defenseman for the Rangers. Clears the zone. Braden Schenn back to recapture for Philadelphia. Sidesteps one check as he maneuvers up. Schenn in across the line, and then he ran into a sea of blue jerseys and lost the puck. Timonen has a couple Rangers on his heels. Sent it to the other side of the ice. Schenn reaching for it, but could not come up with it. His brother comes in, helps him out. And the Flyers will move to the red line, but Knuble could not get that puck deep. Those are those turnovers that can be very dangerous. Halpern after it for New York. He's checked by Timonen. Timonen to the puck. He'll try the boards, but Delzato will move in and get to this. Delzato swings it back, but it's missed by Aaron Asham. And out to the neutral zone it goes.
Asham looked like he wanted to take the one-timer, and then right at the last second kind of said, oh, maybe I'm not going to. I'll get the puck, but by that time it was through his legs.
This will not be icing as the Flyers touch the puck in center. Asham, more accustomed to doing that, Cozy, went into the corner with vigor on Nick Grossman, but the Flyers have it. Sestito to center, banked it, but couldn't get it past the Rangers checking in the neutral zone. And it winds up back behind the Philadelphia net. Shots are 14-11 for the game, 3-2 for the Rangers here in the second period. Flyers moving up. Fedotenko trying to get around the big body of Sestito. He gets in. Fedotenko has drawn a penalty. Arm is up. Rangers will be shorthanded when we come back. It's 1-0.
Richards of the Rangers is going to sit. That means the Flyers are on a power play. And the Flyers have threatened in this period thanks to Nick Grossman with a big pinch along the boards and a quick play by Matt Reed out front to Mike Knuble. Good scoring chance.
Well, at the other end, the New York Rangers are going to have a pretty good opportunity right here. As you see that puck come right out to the center, but Hagelin puts the brakes on a little bit, holds on, and look at this little neat little pass back to the point. Now the move right here is going to come right back out into the slot area, and Brizgalov had to come up with a pretty good save, but Hagelin did a great job.
So the goaltenders doing their jobs. Brad Richards in the meantime Got his arm around Rusty Fedotenko, gets a holding minor, and the Flyers get their second power play of the game as they'll try to tie things right here. Flyers and Rangers have played about 4.5 periods of hockey this season. Grand total, 4 goals have been scored. There's Timonen floating one. That went off of Lundqvist and then out of play. It got Lundqvist in the shoulder. I don't know how he saw it or was able to get anything on that, but he stayed in the way.
Good screen by Wayne Simmons in front. I love this play. Kimmo Timonen, one of the best. You don't think he's going to release, but he gets rid of that quick little shot with the screen in front, and it just about surprised Lundqvist.
Rangers win the draw, and Ryan McDonough will clear it all the way down. Flyers 1 for 4 against the Rangers in the power play thus far this season. And they scored a big power play goal against them in the win last Thursday. They gain the line. A quick little shot by Giroux is rejected by Lundqvist and cleared right back out to center. Not sure what Clough had in mind right there for the power play, but he's going to try again. Right wing feed to Simmons. Simmons, a pass for Briere, and he lost control just as he was going to make a play. And the Rangers clear it out of play. I think clean.
I do too.
Oh yeah, he's on his way right now. He doesn't even.
Derek Stepan will go to the box. Flyers with a 2-man advantage.
He knew it as soon as he did it, guys. He just all of a sudden tried to get that puck up and high, out of the zone, killing the penalty. And as soon as he just shook his head, he couldn't believe he was so mad at himself. Let's take a look at it.
Yeah, Danny Briere just had it bounce over his stick. How close was this? Pretty close to staying in, but far enough that the Flyers are going to end up with a 5-on-3 here for $1.17.
Peter Laviolette has called his timeout. He wants to organize this 2-man advantage. He senses this is a very important part of this hockey game.
Right. Hey, we've got a suggestion for Flyers fans. How about taking in a Flyers game from a suite? They offer incredible food options. The wait service is terrific. There are private restrooms to reserve your suite experience, and it is sweet.
Yes,
call
indeed.
215-389-9500 or visit mypremiumtix.com.
We were showing our location here, even better
Yeah.
sight lines from those suites at the Wells Fargo Center. So, big chance here for the Flyers as they go to work on a 2-man advantage. Peter Laviolette sending out Simmons, Giroux, Voracek, Briere, and Timonen as the fivesome to try to tie this game up.
And that timeout was as much about resting this starting unit as anything.
Well, Mike Sullivan, the assistant coach of the New York Rangers, was taking that same timeout to his advantage to be able to work his guys and get him ready, or get them ready for this 5-on-3.
Giroux tossed out of the draw. Briere steps in, the puck forward. Voracek looking for it. Briere finally fishes it free. Rangers very aggressive here in a 5-on-3. Now the Flyers have control and go to work. Here's Giroux faking the shot. Down low, Voracek. Briere is next to the net. Voracek gets it back. Timonen across. Giroux right back to Timonen. Now Giroux the one-timer, and Lundqvist bats it away. Now behind the net, Simmons. Simmons moving it to Briere. Right back out to Giroux. They'll trade places with Timonen. Gets the puck to Briere. Cross ice. Voracek could not hang on cleanly. 42 seconds on the first penalty. Timonen and Giroux nearly collide. Timonen has the puck. He holds on, moves to the middle. Slides it to Voracek. Right back out Timonen. Touch pass Giroux. Right back to Timonen again. He holds to Voracek. And now Giroux. Patience, but no shots here. Now Voracek fumbles the puck. Alfred a chance to clear quick. Voracek to Timonen in the high slot. Timonen to Briere. He lost control. Flyers having difficulty. They've had one shot thus far. Here's Timonen. Holding on, down low, Briere bounced off of him. Now Simmons keeps it alive. Back out Timonen with the shot, and hit a body and went wide. Now a Ranger player without a stick. So the Flyers, a 2-man advantage and a player without a stick here. Rangers get 1 man back. Richards out of the box. Here's Voracek. Centering for Simmons at a double clutch. Timonen keeps it in. It's a 5-on-4, 33 seconds remaining. Timonen shot blocked in front. That was McDonough who was on the ice. Flyers somehow keep it in. Have to find a way to get it through. Voracek holds back. Giroux one-timer goes wide. All the way out to Timonen. Giroux center point. Has a look. Drifting. Still a Ranger without a stick. Halpern. Back to Timonen. His pass for Briere is tipped. Diving is Richards. He'll clear. Reversal of roles here. The Flyers with a big kill of a two-man disadvantage last week. It's the Rangers who get it done this time. Back to full strength are the Rangers. Still a 1-0 game. Briere. Flyers have some tired players on the ice. Coburn shot. Hit a body in front. Flyers need a change here. As Coburn gets the puck in center, he gets it to Couturier. And he's going to drop it back so the Flyers can get that line change. Now Couturier into traffic. Coughs it up, but Callahan is overtaken as he had been on the ice for a while. Grossman to Couturier, left wing dish Reed. Reed holds on, centers it back in front. Couturier was tied up. It's banked ahead by Nash to Furio, and he will get it into the Philadelphia zone. So the Flyers a golden opportunity, Bill. Didn't get a lot of pucks on net.
No, they didn't. And you know what? The Rangers didn't have to work that hard on that kill.
Couturier gets the puck in. Stahl for Del Zotto.
Jeff Halpern was the player that lost his stick, and he's a veteran. He stayed in his spot. That's all you got to do.
They're going to call a penalty for tripping right there, so now the Flyers will be shorthanded. 1-0 New York.
This is game 3 of the NHL season for Danny Briere. He is back, and he is the subject of our Audi Troop and Engineering play from the first period. Here is Danny taking a face-off. More significantly, it's about his left wrist. That's the one that was cracked, suffered the fracture. This is Briere's first face-off of the season. And he beat 6'7", 245-pound Brian Boyle, and then beat him to the front of the net. Just about scored. Briere has taken another face-off in the second period, so all systems are go for Danny B and his left wrist.
And the Flyers are going to need their penalty kill to have all systems go, as they are shorthanded. Max Talbot guilty of tripping. So the Rangers, trying to feed off the momentum of killing off that two-man disadvantage, now have themselves a power play. Couturier, good work to get the puck out of the zone, and then he swats it the rest of the way. And the Rangers will have to go back behind the net to start the rush. Michael Del Zotto has the only goal of the game. Pass to a cutting Nash. Makes the move, but Grossman got just enough of him so that he could not get in on goal. Girardi across, Del Zotto right back to Girardi center point. And now it's Nash into the slot. Pass down low. And they score. Picking up the loose change in front and ramming it home. It's 2-0 New York. Power play goal.
Special teams, a story for the Rangers here in the second period after their 5-on-3 kill. They make the Flyers pay for this one. He's got it to the front of the net, and a nice bounce for Ryan Callahan.
Well, Ryan Callahan was all by himself. He just kind of hid in behind there, waited for the rebound, and you know, you figure the guy's only got one goal so far that his do theory was in play. The puck was along the ice, so it makes it very hard for Brzgalov to be able to hold on to the rebound when he gets down into that butterfly, and probably had a little bit of a tough time seeing it because of screens, and the next thing you know, you got Callahan all by himself.
You also have Max Talbot very frustrated because it was a power play that came about as a result of a penalty in the offensive zone, and those are the kind of penalties that they're trying to limit. Fire it in, a quick shot, Brzgalov the save. Knubel chops at the puck and gets it all the way down.
Brzgalov actually made a really good save on Brad Richards. He couldn't control the rebound. That's how it got to Callahan, but Brzgalov with that shot through a screen made a terrific first save.
So Ryan Callahan gets his 200th National Hockey League point with that power play goal. He is a huge fan favorite here. He's the captain, as you see, and a real solid player, but he's been sitting at 199 for a while, so that's a relief for him. But the Flyers would rather have had him wait a game.
On the power play from
Del Zotto and Nash get the assist on that second of the year for Callahan and the Rangers with a 2-0 lead. Flyers special teams have been a problem here in the early season. Knubel able to clear the zone. Now it's a race for the puck. And Stallman will win that race to get the icing.
Now we want to remind everybody, if you're looking to shop from the largest selection of Flyers gear anywhere, you can do it at the Fan Zone store at Wells Fargo Center. And get this, new styles of Reebok apparel arrive each and every week. Fan Zone opens 2 hours prior to each Flyers home game. you haven't stuck your head in the door yet, now's the time. Great place to shop for Flyers gear.
Off the face-off, the shot is blocked. Strawman will play it from the red line, drills it right back into the Philadelphia zone. Who skated by Pyatt. Gotten back by the Rangers, centering pass one off the side, and actually Brizgalov, who was hugging the post, loose puck. They scramble for it. The Rangers stall, gets to it. Throws it around behind. Flyers player tips on the net. Strawman shot. Save made. Rebound. Big blast goes wide. Yes. The defenseman Stahl was down low, but he missed the target. So we tick to 7 minutes remaining here in this second period. And the Flyers are down 2. And the Rangers in no particular hurry.
Why would they be, right?
Jack Ronaldo is patrolling out there, but Strawman said, when things are right, I'll move on out. And so finally they do. Flyers do get the puck back in center. Sestito is bumped off at the Ranger line. Flyers have it back. Ronaldo rolling one to the Ranger zone. That's Mike Rupp got it ahead. Alpern chasing Bruno Gervais. His pass could not be handled by Ronaldo. Del Zotto has it instead. Michael Del Zotto, a goal and an assist in this game. 22-year-old defenseman who really had a solid year last year. Got a new contract. It's off to a good start this year. Flyers knock down that pass and send it the length of the ice. Ronaldo in on Del Zotto. And a big collision. Ronaldo's without a helmet again. And the Rangers will move up. Rupp from the red line takes a hit from Simmons as he backhands in.
There'll be some pretty good hits here in this period, guys.
That's Rangers Flyers, Coatsy. You expect that.
Well, it's interesting. I ran into Nick Fatiou, former Flyer and former Ranger.
Should be happy he didn't run into you.
I was very fortunate. I had my head down, too.
Gabrick to the puck for the Rangers to Richards as this top line goes to work. Girardi a shot blocked. Coburn got in the way of that one. They roll it around behind. Here's Richards. They'll just send it to the other corner. Nash. They're now capping out in the Flyer zone here. Nash to Richards. The cycle game on. Back to Nash. Couldn't get everything on that shot. Brizgalov took care of the rest of it. It was Reed who got his stick in there. Now it's Richards centering. Nash again in front. Brizgalov says no. McDonough, the defenseman, in low, but Brizgalov a big stop. It still do nothing.
The captains of the Rangers and the Flyers, Callahan on the left, Giroux on the right. The New York Rangers did a good job of filling a 5-on-3 power play the Flyers had. 1 minute and 17 seconds. But there were too many passes that misfired, and the Flyers never really did generate a real threatening attack.
The Flyers came up dry, but the Rangers came back to the power play of their own with Richards with the initial shot. Brizgalov made a nice save like Billy Clement said. But the bottom line is the puck came right off along the ice off the pad, right onto the stick of Ryan Callahan on the power play, his second of the season. The Rangers lead 2-0.
Flyers are now 4 for 34 in the power play this year, and they have allowed 6 goals to enemy power plays in just 26 attempts. So you really want to pinpoint why they're 2 and 4 and in danger of falling to 2 and 5 without a comeback here tonight. You can look at the special teams, both angles, penalty kill and power play.
And we talked about the lack of practice time.
Exactly.
Tomorrow and Thursday will be the first set of consecutive days the Flyers have had this season without a game.
Right. 7 games in 11 days. Not making excuses, just the facts. It's been a busy schedule for a lot of teams, but the Flyers have been as busy as anybody, and they had 2 very difficult back-to-backs with travel in between. But as you say, perhaps the biggest problem, not just really the fatigue, just no practice time.
Right.
Had yesterday completely off. Here's Callahan into the zone. In front, step on, and a diving play made there by Luke Schenn to get a piece of it. Now it's Schenn behind the net with the puck. Got it ahead to Briere. Briere will move it through center to Knuble. Knuble is met by Stahl, I should say, and Stahl actually tied up Knubel's stick. There's a hold of the stick, but not called, and the Rangers have it as Callahan will move back. And Ryan Callahan deposits the puck deep into Philadelphia ice. 3:50 remaining in the period. Claude Giroux. In heavy traffic, run at. That was Boyle who got a piece of Claude, but Claude able to protect the puck enough to get it ahead, and the Flyers move it out of the zone. Briere will send it in. different looking combinations beginning to pop up for the Flyers. Now here's Brian Boyle moving back. Former Los Angeles King. Boyle surging through center, backhander, and that's stopped by Brizgalov, and he puts the big glove on top of it.
Well, I was talking about hits. Well, let's take a look at our Wells Fargo great check of tonight's game, and there's a couple of big bodies going at it here. Watch this. Luke Schenn. Well, he's 229 pounds. He's going to take on Taylor Pyatt, who's 230 pounds. We talk about Luke Schenn with the 11 hits against the Florida Panthers. Right there, another great effort is Luke Schenn has. He's got such a great technique to be able to bend those knees and use his upper body to be able to thrust himself at the opponents.
Led all hitters in period number 1 of this game with 3 for the Flyers. Nobody else had more than 2 for the Rangers or the Flyers.
Well, he's led the defenseman in hits the last 2 years, and he's ahead again by virtue of those hits this year. And that was expected. We talked about it earlier. This is a well-rounded game the Flyers are so happy with. Flyers turn it over in the neutral zone. Brad Richards looking in the middle. Misfired. Got it back. Floated one wide. Was looking for a redirect. Lilia plays it to the corner, but waiting for that is Gaborik. His pass for Brad Richards intercepted, and Voracek steers to Talbot. And Talbot will pump it into the Rangers zone and chase after it. Takes Stallman to the wall. Voracek doing the work along the boards. Twisting and turning. Talbot comes in. Talbot had nowhere to go. And then tripped up was Couturier, and the Rangers tried to move to center. Rangers were offside. Couturier, or Flyers I should say, were offside. Couturier could not touch that puck, and the Rangers take that opportunity to clear. Pass for Couturier. Maneuvering in center, Sean Couturier holds, waits, his pass for Reed. He's off the mark. Now Couturier lets it go to Simmons. Simmons will bank it back out to Luke Schenn. He finds Grossman. He hits Reed with that offering, and now turning with it is Simmons. Simmons off the wall with the puck, but then checked as he tried to make a maneuver. Luke Schenn a shot, that's gloved by Lundqvist. It was going wide. 2:06 remaining in this second period. Well, tonight on Phillies Hot Stove, we talk with key pitching prospects, Adam Morgan, Ethan Martin, on their approach to the game and the upcoming season. That's tonight at 10:30. Phillies Hot Stove right here on Comcast Sportsnet. Flyers trying to muster up some offense.
Yeah, and Peter Laviolette now going with different combinations. Has to try something to get one by Henrik Lundqvist and then build from there.
Briere takes another draw, but this time the Rangers win it. Move it to center. Luke Schenn in heavy traffic. Deals back to Timonen. Looking for Briere. Now Luke Schenn looking for his brother, but that's broken up. Michael Del Zotto takes over. Del Zotto will be pestered by Braden Schenn. Schenn with a hit attempt on McDonough. Did not get a piece of him, but does force the Rangers all the way back behind their own net. Finally, Del Zotto starts back in the other direction. Got it add to Hagelin. Hagelin as far as Del Zotto, who one-hands it deep into the Philadelphia zone. Luke Schenn, pass up the wall. That one off a Ranger stick. Braden Schenn has it now for Briere. Deals on the right wing. Knubel's there. But Mike is quickly taken off the puck. Briere gets it back. Angle shot! And Lundqvist knocked it down. Rebound, Briere. Lundqvist another save. It bounces to the corner. Briere gets it there, but play is stopped as that puck was batted.
Boy, and when it was in the air, Henrik Lundqvist did not know where this puck was. Danny Briere had to hope that when he knocked it out in midair that it hit a Ranger. See Lundqvist, he's looking straight out in front. He finally looked up and said, oh, maybe that's where it is.
That's a great play by Briere, because basically he's just looking for something to happen. Lundqvist is going to make the initial save, but he got a tough break on the rebound. Look at all the traffic that they had in front of Lundqvist.
Obviously wouldn't have counted if it had gone in because it was a high stick. Here is Girardi ahead off a stick to the right of Brizgalov. Into the final minute of this second period. Coburn double it to center. Turnover there. Flyers have it. Giroux trying to knife in. He is mashed by Rick Nash. I did not intend that run, but Nash got a good check in on Giroux there. Giroux popped right back up. His cross-ice pass here, though, is intercepted by Nash, who spins. Nash to the Philadelphia zone. The shot blocked by Coburn. Grossman reaching for it. One hands it. Simmons bodied but able to clear. Rangers back on it in center. And it is set in by Brad Richards. Rizgalov will get to Coburn. Coburn for Couturier, and off the stick of Reed into the Rangers zone. Easily back to get that is Michael Del Zotto. And the Rangers fans begin to cheer here as their team in good shape through 2. That shot by Reed batted away. It's 2-0 Rangers after 2. Ryan Callahan, the only goal of that second period.
Getting it done. Hey, we want to remind everybody the Flyers Wives Fight for Lives Carnival is Sunday, March 3rd. It's at Wells Fargo Center, and here's your chance to meet your favorite Flyers and alum guys. Tickets are on sale now. Just call 800-298-4200 or visit ComcastTix.com. Great time will be had by all, guaranteed.
Indeed. Tonight's Flyers Rangers second period was brought to you by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% on car insurance. Visit us at geico.com or call 1-800-947-AUTO. There's your menu coming up for our second intermission. More of John Boric and Al Morganti in the studios in Philadelphia as they dissect this one. Rangers 2, Flyers no score through 40 minutes. 2 periods in the books. One more regulation period to go. It is a 2-0 hockey game. Rangers have the lead. Del Zotto and Callahan, their goal scorers. There's the breakdown of the 1 second period tally as the Rangers captain gave his team a 2-goal lead.
Pretty interesting stats on our Independence Blue Cross game-changing stats through this game, second period. Flyers have been out face-off by a mile, 28-11. They've also had more giveaways, 5-1. These are telltale numbers. Possession, you give the puck away, that gives possession to somebody else. You lose a face-off, you lose possession.
This is stop 3 of a 4-game trip. We'll wrap up in Washington against the Capitals on Friday. The Capitals playing the Ottawa Senators up in Ottawa tonight, and the Caps have able to jump in front. Troy Brouwer scoring right there, and then Matt Hendricks gets this one home, and it's 2-0 Caps over the Sens up in Ottawa.
And unlike every other season when there's interlocking East and West, an Eastern team could go West and lose a couple of games, not get any points. Every time 2 teams play in the East, somebody's going to get points that the Flyers are battling with for a playoff spot. So you've got to get your share of points because nobody is going to come up completely empty in a game.
Flyers playing 6 of their first 8 games on the road, and then they'll have some home play, and they're going to have to take advantage of it because they're starting to dig a hole here. If they were to lose this game, it would be 2-5. On the other hand, there's still plenty of time in this game. We start the third period, only a 2-goal deficit. Grossman sends it into the Rangers zone. Del Zotto pursues, sent it up the boards. It's chopped at by Gaborik, and he clears the zone. Grossman back to get it for Philadelphia. That pass off of Max Talbot, but taken by Del Zotto. Did not notice Dan Girardi too much late in that second period, Bill. I have to keep an eye on that situation. He's a valuable member of that Ranger defense. Here is Sean Couturier up the right wing. Couturier in across the line. There is Girardi in front, knocking the puck down, as he so often does. Back out Timonen to Luke Schenn. Schenn carries in, one hands the pass behind the net to Knuble. Knuble being harassed by Stahl. Got into the quarter, but Girardi had his man wrapped up. He goes back to Luke Schenn at the point. Across for Timonen. To Schenn, center point. A wrist shot, and that's batted away calmly. And now Stepan, checked by the pinching Timonen. Let the Rangers get the loose puck. They fumbled it momentarily, but do clear it out to center. Schenn on it there, quickly ahead to Talbot. He takes a look and then shovels it deep into the Rangers zone. Rangers so good last year at blocking shots and collapsing There's rarely a game where you're going to see them giving up a lot of room. So the Flyers are going to have to earn their goals in a comeback bid here.
The Flyers have made smart plays up top, out near the blue line, moving it point to point, even getting a forward back there to get involved, because that's the Rangers will give you those, and then your task is to get it through people to the front of the net.
Wayne Simmons has 2 Rangers to deal with in the corner. Does well to get the puck to Briere, who got it back to Lilia, across for Gervais as Rister is gloved. That was again going wide, but Lundqvist, with the Rangers' dominance on faceoffs in this game, has no problem hanging on to it. Philadelphia Phantoms playing a game in Philadelphia. The Adirondack Phantoms will be the Philadelphia Phantoms for one day as they'll host the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins. That's Friday the 22nd, 7 o'clock start at the Wells Fargo Center. See the number or ComcastTix.com for ticket information. AHL comes back to Philadelphia. Braden Coburn is back to get the puck here. Coburn looking for Voracek, got Boyle instead. His shot blocked, bounces back to him, and then Grossman intercepts his pass. Voracek tipping to Braden Shen, but he lost it. Ben Ferrier with a shot that was blocked. And the Flyers retrieve Voracek. Handing off to Braden Shen. He'll chip and chase. McDonough gets in his way. Braden Shen still after it, though, along with Voracek. 5 players, and there were 3 Rangers. They come away with it. Strawman got it to the point. Swatted down there by Timonen. Now moved up by Boyle. Reed able to occupy a Ranger along the boards, and again a scrum develops. And the Flyers dig the puck free as Luke Shen blasting that pass across. Timonen does well to hang on, but then could not get the puck deep into the Rangers zone, and the Flyers have to go back and play in center. Onside, here's Braden Shen holding his shot blocked. And the Rangers just so good at that, and they'll clear it off the glass all the way down. This could be icing, and it will be icing as Timonen touches up.
Well, the New York Rangers coaching staff really rides their big players and gives them a lot of ice time. Marian Gaborik, Brad Richards, Nash, and Callahan all averaging over 20 minutes a game. The Flyers only have 1 player, and that's Claude Giroux. No other team in the Eastern Conference even has 3 players averaging over 20 minutes a game. We talked about how the Rangers have had a couple of days off a couple of times, including coming into this game. That's part of it, but John Tortorella rides his big horses too.
Here's Grossman to Coburn for a one-timer. Oh, it chipped in on goal, and it was gloved easily by Lundqvist. Yeah, you know, you talk about that. They came in that one line, having more points than the rest of the team. That has changed, obviously, with the assists and the points in this game, but he wants to ride his big horses, but he also knows that other than Gaborik and Nash and Richards, he has to get contributions from other players.
Well, either that or break up the big line, and he's been really reluctant to do that.
It is such an impressive line. It has all the makings of being a dominant line coach.
It absolutely is, and you're going to ride them because they make, you had mentioned it earlier, $22 million. You're going to get your money's worth, but, you know, John Tortorella also said he's missing his middle guys like John Mitchell and Dubinsky, who are no longer here.
Those character players certainly serve a role as the Flyers are after the puck here. Grossman to Briere. Briere for Simmons. Simmons rotating out with it, then trying to center, but the Rangers were all over that. Shaw moved it ahead and out to center as he got some help. On it right there is Grossman, and he'll wind it right back into the Rangers zone. Flyers just trying to fight through the checking to get to that. He nearly had too many men on the ice there, did the Flyers, but they get away with it. Gervais, the pass that sort of floated on out to the neutral zone, and the Rangers come charging back in. Here's Hagelin. He wipes out. Gervais will take the puck and turn it over. Callahan for Hagelin, went over his stick. Coburn to it, ahead for Knuble, and in the middle, Talbot. Dumps it in and chases. He and Delzato after it. Talbot took a hit from Delzato. Still low after that puck. Couturier gets it back. Shot Gervais, blocked. Liliu will tip it back around behind for Knuble. Knuble trying to stuff it out in front, but Lundqvist is there, and then a big pile up. And some punches being thrown as Callahan gets in there, and not happy with that was Talbot. He comes away swinging. Now Talbot down to the ice. Callahan as well, and no further activity there. Callahan's acting as though he's hurt. Yeah. holding his arm in.
Yeah, that's a great way of getting your shoulders separated. You see him hold that left shoulder.
Oh, boy.
Man.
That is big.
And Max let him go too. When they hit the ice, Talbot was on the bottom. He must have heard him groaning.
Yeah, he could have come with the right hand.
Oh, yeah. Callahan was hurt on the play, and I'm, never like to speculate, but it sure looked like he was holding his arm and had a shoulder problem on the way out. So we'll see if he comes back. That would be a huge loss for the Rangers, especially considering that we were just talking about scoring drop-off after the big line. Good play by Mike Knuble, just trying to take it to the house.
And you look right there. That's the problem right now the Flyers are having. All 5 New York Rangers just keep collapsing around. Here's where Callahan and Talbot, now watch. All of a sudden you'll see Callahan kind of collapse. Watch the replay here as Talbot's really fired up because Callahan's drilled him from behind. So now it looks like they're going to drop the gloves and go at it. I think Callahan's all right there, and then all of a sudden watch his arm. And then all of a sudden he'll just all of a sudden stop. Talbot recognizes that.
Oh, he had to be moaning.
Classy move. Classy move by Max Talbot. But that has been what's stifling right now for the Philadelphia Flyers. Just 5 guys collapsing around Lundqvist, and all you hear is from Jimmy, block shot, block shot, block shot.
Hey, we want to remind everybody you can make your next Flyers game a memorable one by enjoying the action from a suite. And suites offer incredible food options, wait service, private restrooms. All you have to do to reserve your suite is call 215-389-9500 or visit mypremiumtix.com.
You had a look at John Tortorella. The concern on his face. There he is. We've also got a problem here as one of the linesmen appears to have left the ice surface, perhaps injured in the scrum as well.
Yeah, Jean Morin, that'll leave just the one linesman, and the referees will help him out, but he can pretty well handle it.
It's tough to handle both lines when you're calling offsides. One of the refs is...
He'll probably come and cover one. Yeah.
So they'll have to be communicating there. See if we can see what happens to Jean Morin. Oh, yeah, he got clipped.
Took a stick in the face. He's in the background there, bent over. So while we were watching Ryan Callahan and Max Talbot, he was doubled over.
Oh, Briere, a shot, and Lundqvist. What a save. Briere, at least 8 shots on goal now in this game. He tried to center. Girardi blocked that attempt. It's 4-on-4 hockey, roughing minors. And the 2 combatants, Giroux to the net, but it's tipped away before he could get a shot off. And McDonough had Briere all wrapped up there and knocks the puck out to center. Schenn gets it back for Philadelphia. Kimmo Timonen, 30 seconds into the 4-on-4. Some open ice out there. Maybe some more lanes for the Flyers to work with as Briere shuffles it into the Rangers zone, but Girardi is back to get it.
Rasico is handling both lines. He's going back and forth between the 2 blue lines. He's going to be a very busy man.
Charging through center is Gabrick. Rolls it deep. Grossman beats Gabrick to it. Got it to Reed, who rolls it across. Braden Coburn jumps on the puck. His cross-ice pass snuffed out by Gabrick. And Marian Gabrick, who has been the leader in terms of offense for this Rangers club, dumps it back in his own zone. Delzato. Derek Stepan. They'll just tap it deep into the Philadelphia zone as we had 6 minutes gone by here in this 3rd period. And the Flyers just trying to maneuver on up here as Couturier out in front of his own net sends Reed to the neutral zone. Dropping it back, Couturier. Full boring across the blue line. The play is stopped on the offside.
Rangers coach John Tortorella is shaking his head. He's got a burr under his saddle now. One of his guys changed prematurely, and it's cost him a too many men in the ice penalty. You can see 4 blue shirts on the ice. Look at the bench. Out comes another player. The guy coming off is a line and a half away.
Yeah, Gabrick took his time there, didn't he, Billy? He's got to be scooting a little quicker than that.
And what happened is the guy who replaced him played the puck before Gabrick got to the bench. So that's when Rasico, and let's give Rasico some credit here. He's calling both lines, and he called the bench minors. So.
He's all over the place here, Rasico.
And the rule is if either one of the players involved in the change intentionally plays the puck while they're both on the ice, it's a penalty. There's Pierre. Way to go, Pierre Rasico.
Good job. Now, the other thing now is that you got a lot more ice here for the Philadelphia Flyers. 4-on-3.
For another 31 seconds. So winning this draw important. And the Flyers don't. Giroux did his best, but the Rangers ended up getting to the puck, and they clear it all the way down.
Rangers bench ball, 2 minutes. 2 minutes on the ice. Time of the penalty, 6.
That's a 4-on-3, not 4-on-4. There you go, 4-on-3 for the Flyers as Giroux moves in and got himself into some heavy traffic. Flyers do work the puck free. Now they can try to get organized, but Timonen played it in, but right there is McDonough, and he'll clear it down, and the Flyers power play having trouble getting started here.
Just have to make a play before they get squeezed into no man's land.
It's now a 5-on-4 as Briere moves in. Briere tied up. There's all arrive at the scene. Somehow the Rangers ended up outnumbering the Flyers there. Now it's even 3-on-3 as they battle. And the puck comes free. Oh, and in front is Timonen, and he scores! Kimmo Timonen just waited for that puck to come out, and he beats Lundqvist. The Flyers get a power play goal, and it's a 2-1 hockey game. Timonen scores for a case of tasty cake.
What an unbelievable job in the corner. When is 3 defenders too many in the corner? On this play, it was a 3-on-3. You can see the 4th Ranger on the right of your screen just hanging there, but the Flyers won this battle. Who got it out of there? I couldn't say. Oh, Wayne Simmons. And he found Kimmo Timonen in practice mode, right between the hash marks with nobody on him. That only happens in practice.
How about that shot? Look at his head. His head's looking right where he wants it to go. All by himself, heads up. That's absolutely a spectacular shot because he's looking, he sees that spot over the left shoulder of Lundqvist, and he drilled the wrist shot. Not winding up and let the big slap shot go. He let a perfect wrist shot go top shelf.
Kimmo Timonen is playing in his 31st game against Henrik Lundqvist in his career. He has just scored for the first time. And it's a big one. Gets the Flyers within a goal. Their power play finally comes through. And icing the call here against the Rangers with 12:36 to play. We have a 1-goal hockey game.
It was great work in the corner. Kimmo Timonen whistled that shot right by Henrik Lundqvist's left ear. And you heard a ping too. It might have been tipped off the crossbar and in. But with that much time, Kimmo is lethal. He's got forward accuracy.
Billy, we were all looking at that 3-on-3 you described so well, but where was the 4th Ranger?
He was backing up the 3 in the corner, but he was too close to them.
Yeah.
Puck now right out in front as Brizgalov stayed deep in his net, and here's Nash with the puck. Nash the shot, save Brizgalov. He wasn't sure he had it, but he did, and he got the whistle. And Nick Grossman taking care of business with a couple of words for Rick Nash.
Rick Nash isn't used to standing nose to nose with a lot of guys. Big man. There was the play. The attempted breakout pass.
You get yourself in a lot of trouble very quickly when you're trying to move that puck up the middle. You got to keep it to the outside because you see how quickly they came back on the counterattack from the top of the circle in.
You could also see Room. He was firing for the 5-hole, but didn't get it low enough. So it remains 2-1. Here's Timonen playing it to the other corner. Step on, first to it. Now Flyer has dropped his stick. That's Luke Shen. And the Rangers go to work. Hagelin out in front. Brizgalov able to stop on the wraparound attempt. Brizgalov a couple of big stops here right after the Flyers got within 1.
A couple of big stops and a couple of chops at his glove on both plays, the Nash play and this one after he made the save. He was waiting for this one. I mean, this is textbook on a wraparound. Pad tight to the post, blocker down, stick paddle down, everything just waiting. And you know the guy coming with the wraparound's not going to be able to get it up above you.
The scrum ensues off the faceoff. Rangers get it back to the point. Strawman, Hagelin now behind the cage. Left alone, Grossman watching him but not moving toward him. Hagelin now will drop it off for Stepan. Out to the point, shot McDonough, and it's Brizgalov, aggressive, top of his crease, making the save again. So 3 saves now as the Rangers have replied to the Flyer goal by putting pressure on.
It's the Briz show right now, and that was a toughie because Mike Knuble went down to block it and the shot got over him.
So Brizgalov gets liquid refreshment. It's right back to work. Flyers will have Braden Shen take this draw. Rangers have had their way in the face-offs. They win another one. Shot Stahl. It gets caught up in bodies. And the Flyers get to the puck. Gervais will just lift it over Stahl and out through center ice. Stahl across. Delzato fumbles the puck away. Voracek racing after it. Big Voracek getting to the puck. Up the wall with it, all the way to the line with it, surrounded by Rangers, gets to Coburn. Coburn back across ice and nothing doing. He had a lane to the net, didn't take it, and it's a wave of blue jerseys the other way now. Here's Richards off in the wing, out in front, Brizgalov stopped it, and then the Flyers knocked it out of harm's way. Voracek the other way, and he slowed down as he got to the line, and the play went offside.
Boy, exciting action here, and there's going to be more in Philadelphia as well as the Flyers return to home ice for a 4-game homestand, taking on the Hurricanes this Saturday, 7 p.m. The Lightning on Tuesday at 7:30 for Dollar Dog Night. Lots of food, lots of fun, lots of Flyers action. 215-218-PUCK or visit PhiladelphiaFlyers.com.
Timo Timonen has the Flyers within one. Simmons and Voracek the helpers on that goal on the power play at 7:09. Approaching the midpoint of this third period. Here is Wayne Simmons. Got it to the line, not out. McDonough kept it in. Now it's Timonen, and he's checked and coughed it up. Hagelin after it. Hagelin dealing it to McDonough. McDonough shot, shoulder save by Brizgalov. It's hit by a high stick at Timonen, but the Rangers play it, so no whistle. Now Kimo trying to make up for the turnover, moves the puck to Briere. Briere got it ahead to Luke Schenn, and he will just bank it out of the zone. Girardi puts it down, and Stepan with a swing at that puck knocked it out of play, and play comes to a halt.
Wow. Has Ilya Brizgalov been a story in the last 3 minutes? Watch this save. Ryan McDonough, great little toe drag, and off the shoulder of Brizgalov. Oh,
great
man.
Angle there.
Yep.
You can see where it was headed.
Oh, absolutely. Instinctively goes down into that butterfly. You're worried a little bit, but boy, did he jump with that shoulder. Just got it up very, very quickly. Reacted very nicely.
They drop the puck right at center ice. The Flyers win the draw, and Lulia has it. Cross to Bruno Gervais. Ahead, Knuble could not do anything with it. It's Stralman in. Pitches it on the right wing for Ferrio. His shot goes high and wide all the way out to the point. Stahl is there, drilling it right back in. Andreas Lulia backs the puck down and moves it to Talbot. Now it's Gervais from the red line. Bruno Gervais rolls it in. Talbot goes after it to Knuble. For Couturier all the way out to the point. Lilia wrist shot blocked. Ferrio got in the way. Now it's Knuble. Back to Lilia. Across. Coburn one-time shot. Knocked away in front. Didn't get through. And Brian Boyle will flutter it to center. Coburn couldn't find it initially. Dropped in front of him. He gives to Lilia. Back to Raiden Coburn. He'll move to center. Backhand and he's going to chase. One hand is after it. He got to the puck behind the net. But then his pass knocked down by Nash. Flyers get it back as Simmons. Kept it alive momentarily, but now the Rangers. And again, Flyers good forechecking. Get it in front. Simmons' shot was blocked. Well, the Flyers forechecking causing some turnovers by the Rangers. Again, they steal, but Giroux could not move the puck deep, and the Rangers clear. This is icing. Grossman back for the touch-up.
We'll take a look at our Independence Blue Cross game-changing stats. So far in this game, the Flyers have taken advantage of their power play one time, but so have the Rangers. But check out the power play time. The Flyers almost 6 minutes. And 4.5 minutes of that attack zone time. So finally got something to show for it here in the third period on the Timo Timonen goal.
John Tortorella has called timeout.
Well, with that timeout, let's take a look at our Toyota turning point. It came in the second period. Now watch this. The Flyers are going to have an opportunity on the 5-on-3. But like they did to the Rangers last week, it was the Rangers stifling defense just everywhere. They just couldn't get any real quality opportunities on Lundqvist. And as a result, no goals. But at the other end of the ice, the Rangers are going to have their own opportunity in the power play with Max Talbot in the penalty box. The shot right there by Richards. Brian Callahan sneaks behind the Flyers defense, gets the rebound right off with a pad of Brizgalov. The Flyers fall 2-0, and that's our Toyota turning point of tonight's game.
John Tortorella calling timeout after the icing. Get a rest for his players that are out on the ice. And now the Flyers after the puck. Voracek trip penalty. Flyers will go to the power play with a chance to tie this game as Jake Voracek was tripped up coming off the wall. 8:48 to go in the third. All right, guys, thank you very much. Who do you like in the Super Bowl, Bill? Don't tell me who's playing.
I haven't given him much thought.
All right,
I'll
get back to
San Francisco.
Yeah.
I like the 49ers.
I do too. Right here, Voracek, good move, and he draws the penalty on the Rangers. Stahl is in the box. So the Flyers, the power play, they got within one with a man advantage goal. Here's Voracek to Timonen. Oh, that pass across. Drew fell down. He gets back up, and the puck is knocked out to center. Now a race. Timonen and Hagelin. Hagelin tips it away. Gets it to Boyle. Boyle, approached by Voracek, got off a weak turnaround shot that was muted, and this roll to Brizgalov, who covers.
Kimmo Timonen wants a penalty here, and I think he has a pretty good case. Hagelin grabbed him and torqued him around. That's how Boyle ended up with the puck. That's what Kimmo Timonen is arguing for there, and I really think he has a good case.
Well, it all started. Drew's just going to get caught a little bit. The puck will just squirt loose. Let's take a look. Oh, yeah, that's a penalty. I mean, anytime you obviously got grabbed from the one side, Hagelin, you got to watch him on these penalty kills because he's so fast and you get caught.
There's your McDonald's power play payoff contestant. Giroux in, and then this time rolls it deep. Flyers need to go chase. McDonough, wow, quickly along, and that was out of the zone quickly. The Flyers could not get in after that puck at all.
Didn't look like there was much of a plan on that entry.
1:12 in the man advantage. Timonen drops to Couturier, and now Briere hopped over his stick. He ties up McDonough. Tumbles to the ice. There we go again. Another 3-on-3 scrum. This worked out well for the Flyers before. And again, Simmons did a lot of the work. Got it to Couturier. Now Timonen across to Voracek. And his pass knocked down by Nash. Nash takes a look. He's got help coming. Nash holds, waits, pass, and make that Halpern could not pull the trigger. As Voracek speeds back the other way, drops it off. Shot by Schenn is blocked. The puck behind him, he didn't know it, and the Rangers clear.
Boy, that's a tough power play when the PK unit generates most of the scoring chances.
Well, Nash did a great job there, didn't he? And then all of a sudden he used that reach to get that pass behind Timonen.
Schenn banks it in. Goes to the boards. Couturier trying to help him out. Mike Knubel's in there as well. Time ticking away. And the puck is still free. You can see it from here, but the Rangers doing a great job of bottling the Flyers up here. And this time the 3-on-3 scrum does not yield anything for the Flyers. Hagelin to it, power play over, and the Rangers with a 4-on-2 through center. Here's Stahl out of the box, the shot, Sabres go up, and the rebound played by the Flyers. Gervais out to center.
You guys see Lundqvist was banging his stick. Mike Sullivan was going nuts on the Rangers bench because they went for the 4-on-4. Everybody was against the wall, and nobody was in front of Lundqvist.
Flyers just popped that puck up unpressured in center. Rangers have it back. Here's Gabrick falling down. Betetenko could not move it through the neutral zone. We tick down to 6 minutes remaining in the third. 2-1 Rangers. Luke Schenn. Ronaldo. He's bumped into by Girardi, who knocks him off the puck. Richards checked by Luke Schenn, but gets it back. Richards then banking it ahead. Offside is Marian Gabrick. With that, we will step aside. Less than 6 to play in a 1-goal hockey game. Tonight's Flyers-Rangers game brought to you by Toyota. Let's go places. By Bud Light. It's the sure side of a good time. Here we go. By Wells Fargo. When you're considering buying your first home, Wells Fargo is with you. Wells Fargo, together we go far. And by Verizon Wireless. We never stop working for you.
Our Mazda top shelf performers in this game. Kimmo Timonen with the Flyers' only goal. It was a power play. Ilya Brizgalov really good in the third. Delzato 1-1 for the Rangers. And Lundqvist, well, he's been okay when he's had to be. 22 saves out of 23 shots.
Flyers just need one to equalize here as Coburn goes back. Aiden Coburn feeds Couturier. Couturier shifting through center. Off in the right wing. Simmons a shot. That's knocked down. Coburn leaning on a man Simmons gets his glove on it, then his stick to knock it back deep into the Rangers zone. Girardi up the wall. Grossman kicks the puck to Couturier. Bouncing disc. He'll just turn it through the slot to the corner. McDonough swarmed upon. And Coburn drifts back out to center and will play the puck there.
Well, the ice has never been considered very good here at Madison Square Garden, and now with a 1-goal deficit to make up, the puck is rolling an awful lot.
In the transformation of the Garden, they haven't been able to make better ice.
That 5th floor ice curse.
Here's Derek Stepan from the red line. Will chip into the Philadelphia zone. Luke Schenn and Hagelin pursue. And Hagelin came away with it, almost snuck that out in front. Schenn has it now and has 2 Rangers to deal with. He bats the puck to his brother. He couldn't get his stick on it as he was tied up. Voracek races over after it. He is turned back. And it's Stepan who put it up into the safety netting, bringing about the whistle. Seventh game in 11 days to start the season. They have to really reach down right here, Bill, and try to get one last thrust.
With 4.5 minutes to go, there's enough time. The Flyers have to, they just have to retrieve pucks on the forecheck. I mean, the Rangers don't give you much off the rush, so if you're going to chip it in, you'd better chip it to where you got people going.
Lilia sends it all the way down, and icing is the call.
Well, the big thing here is that they've got to take advantage. Lundqvist doesn't come out to play the puck. So if you can get on the Rangers defense and outnumber them, they've done a great job of making sure the Flyers don't outnumber them. But if they can get that situation going, they can get some rhythm going in the offensive zone. Lots of time here, 4:21 to go.
Flyers win a defensive zone draw. Wayne Simmons to Giroux. Giroux, Briere, and Simmons. That one bounces wide of Lundqvist. Simmons behind the net, shuffles it along. They try to center it out in front. Giroux is up. Any penalty! Marian Gaborik tripped up Giroux, and the Flyers will get another power play opportunity with a chance to tie it.
Calling it a trip, it could have been interference. Gaborik was just trying to impede Giroux's progress to get to the puck here.
Boy, the Rangers nearly got another one too here, guys, because what happened was Kelly Sutherland's going to make the call on Gaborik, and then as he's skating away, Lundqvist had a few words, and Sutherland had a couple of words back for him.
Well, the Flyers have been penalized for having words. They haven't gotten a second chance, but maybe Lundqvist gets a little extra patience from the officials.
Halpern's tossed here too.
The Flyers do get the power play. Lisa Sheeran, lens side, the McDonald's power play payoff contested, and the Flyers cannot keep the puck in the zone. Voracek hesitated ever so slightly, and it cost him. And then a turnover there as Giroux waited right to Hagelin, who dekes in and was chopped at. No penalty. Oh, they're not liking that here at MSG. And the puck out to center, drilled back in by McDonough. So the Flyers remain on the power play. They've got to get their bearings, though.
Whole lower bowls on their feet here.
Nash first to the puck. And he'll play it back out, and they'll rag and waste some time off the power play. Now Brizgalov will stop it. The Flyers will try to get organized. Voracek starts up. The pass to Briere. Briere penetrates the zone, but then lost the puck as it was chopped at. Nash takes over. He does clear it. Got through Timonen, who has to hustle back and keep it away from Boyle. Back to a full complement of officials. Now Jean Morin is back. And here's Briere. Briere tried to center it, deflects. Lundqvist dives and snatches it out of the air. He'll take the face-off.
Oh, Briere had Wayne Simmons in his sights, and a Rangers stick just stopped a perfect pass. But this is a play at the other end. Claude Giroux diving. And you know what? Maybe it shouldn't have been called. Watch where Giroux hits his stick. Down near the blade. Maybe they tripped him.
Well, that's that speed of Hagelin we're talking about there. Billy did a great job of getting by Giroux, but you know what? I give Giroux a lot of credit for the way he defended it, not taking a penalty. He did get a piece of that puck, it appeared.
If you get the puck first, they won't call it. I think he might have gotten skated at one point there, but if you've gotten the puck first, we'll allow that. Rangers clear it all the way down. Flyers down to just 42 seconds. Boy, the faceoffs have been big. makes them go all the way back and start over again. Here's Reed with speed in across the line. Centered it. Rangers all over it. Stahl clears. And Flyers will try again. Here's Braden Shen. Shen in. He's going to carry the puck in. Throws a tire in the corner. Knuble couldn't get the puck. Gervais will keep it in. Gervais skating across ice. Hands off to Reed, who slashed at by Stepan. And he turned it over. Stepan a chance to clip. Poked away. Braden Shen has it. Turns with it. Braden Shen looking. Pass along the goal line. Knuble. Shifting is Mike Knuble. He'll guide it to Couturier. Send it in on goal. Save Lundqvist. The rebound poked ahead out to center ice. Gervais is back. The power play is over. And we're down to 1:52 remaining. Flyers will have to be looking to get Bryzgalov to the bench in favor of an extra attacker. Here's Shen. Braden Shen turning with it. Shen tried to fire that one in, and it was off a Ranger out to center. Coburn to Shen. Back to Coburn. Flyers making player changes here. Coburn drifting back. Braden Coburn will start up. And he turns it over. Richards the steal and the pass. In on goal! Bryzgalov the save, the rebound, Pyatt save again! They kept it out! Somehow, some way! Hagelin stopped, then Pyatt stopped, and now Bryzgalov heads to the bench. Extra attacker on. Flyers need to swarm to the puck. They're after it, but the Rangers get it. Try to clear as Hagelin. He got it out to center. 68 seconds remaining. Briere will wind it in. Goes to the corner. Simmons gobbles it up. Simmons around behind. Briere got in front. Save Lundqvist. He scrambles. They can blow the whistle. It appeared the puck came loose, but they blew it dead. There'll be a face-off in the Ranger zone.
Well, let's take a look at our Bud Light player of tonight's game for the New York Rangers. He's the one that's going to start off the scoring for the Rangers in the first period. It appeared like a shot that was very heavily screened. Del Zotto, that's Michael Del Zotto, who's going to be able to take this shot, give the Rangers the 1-0 lead. And then the Rangers, after this, would score again, and Del Zotto would add an assist. So he is our Bud Light player of tonight's game.
57.4 seconds remain. Face off to the left of Henrik Lundqvist. Del Zotto's had a big game, but right now he's not on the ice. It's about the other Rangers trying to protect. Flyers trying to find a way to tie it up.
Neither team with a timeout. The Rangers really took their time in getting their people out there, and the Flyers didn't mind. They needed a rest too.
And the Flyers did not win the draw, but Simmons did a good job initially of knocking down the clear, but the second try ends up out to center. Timonen back in his own zone, 45 seconds remaining. On the red line, he lobs it in. It's a chase now. McDonough gets there first up the boards. Voracek jabs it. It stays in along the glass. Briere tracks it down. Briere is hooked down and appears to be hurt.
Hit in the face.
Timonen keeps the puck in. A wrist shot deflected and then batted off of Lundqvist. Back out in front. It comes Simmons. Fanned on it. Bounces back to Briere. Is not feeling all that great right now. Briere holding on. 20 seconds. Side of the net pass. In front. It bounces back to Timonen. Now they have it again. Giroux all the way across. Kicked by Voracek to Timonen. 9 seconds. They're running out of time. Here's Voracek in the slot. The pass. Couturier shot. Save made. Rebound out to center. That'll do it. Rangers hold off the Flyers. 2-1 your final. 5 days ago, same score, different result in Philadelphia. But it's the Rangers who get it done here tonight. Flyers did, Bill, offer that one final thrust, but Lundqvist and the Rangers able to hold them off.
Yeah, they sure did. I mean, the Flyers have to be happy with their push at the end, but nothing to show for it. They get paid for results.
So that'll do it from Madison Square Garden for the entire crew, as well as my partners Steve Coates and Bill Clement. I'm Jim Jackson, wishing you a pleasant good evening. Flyers in Washington Friday, our next telecast. Stay tuned now for Flyers post-game live coming up next on Comcast Sportsnet.